You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah, leftovers.
Yeah.
You take your leftovers. A lot of niggas have more leftovers.
I haven't had issues with Puff. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do.
Right.
It make me uncomfortable.
So we're speaking on Diddy. We're speaking on Puff.
Yeah.
Okay.
To sleep every night after you dumped him? He knows he probably messed up big time, huh?
50 Cent has just reignited one of the most controversial conversations in entertainment, and this time, his comments are sending shockwaves far beyond social media. While many people assumed the legal chapter surrounding Sean Diddy Combs was beginning to wind down, 50 Cent is warning that the story may be nowhere near finished. In a recent interview, the rapper and television mogul suggested that Diddy could end up serving less time than many expect. But according to 50, a shorter sentence doesn't mean the controversy disappears. His comments arrived at a moment when public attention was already shifting back toward Diddy for several different reasons. New legal developments are reportedly unfolding behind the scenes. Prosecutors in Los Angeles are reviewing a separate case connected to fresh allegations. At the same time, Diddy's legal team continues fighting to overturn his conviction through the appeals process.
2 months later, no decision has been made, and one judge described it as an exceptionally difficult case. The cases could result in major financial settlements, though not additional jail time.
Just when it seemed there couldn't be another major twist, a viral controversy involving model Daphne Joy suddenly exploded across social media and pushed the entire story back into the spotlight. What started as online discussion quickly turned into a full-scale internet frenzy.
Well, you start having sex with Jane Doe, and then Diddy actually joined in the first time?
Yeah, he joined in the first time because that's what she requested. She said she wanted 2 guys.
Clips, screenshots, reactions, and speculation spread across platforms at lightning speed. Some viewers claimed the situation revealed a disturbing side of celebrity culture that had been hidden for years.
As I mentioned, a sex tape got leaked between her, Diddy, and then another young man. And even judgment. We have to honor the way we present ourselves to the world.
Others argued that the internet was once again rushing to conclusions before all the facts were known. And sitting right in the middle of the storm was 50 Cent, a man who has spent years publicly criticizing Diddy and who now happens to be behind one of the most talked about documentary projects examining the music mogul's rise and fall.
You gotta sort out a great director, good storyteller, someone that can build a real good documentary so it doesn't feel like a hit piece. It's not something that, you know, is really well done.
So is this simply another celebrity controversy that will disappear in a few weeks? Or are these new developments revealing that the story surrounding Diddy is becoming far bigger than anyone imagined? Because once the latest details started emerging, the internet realized this wasn't just about one viral clip anymore. For years, 50 Cent has positioned himself as one of Diddy's most outspoken critics. Long before legal troubles dominated headlines, 50 was already taking public shots at the Bad Boy founder through interviews, social media posts, and online commentary.
It's just being competitive. You know what I mean? So I look at it, I go, whoa. So I always go into what would I do in a situation like this? Like when that type of thing happens.
What many people once dismissed as celebrity trolling now looks very different in light of everything that's happened over the past few years. That's why his latest comments immediately grabbed attention. Speaking about Diddy's current situation, 50 Cent suggested that he believed the music mogul could end up leaving prison earlier than expected. But what really caught people's attention wasn't the prediction itself, it was what he said next. According to 50, even if Diddy serves less time than originally anticipated, that doesn't automatically mean the behavior and culture surrounding him will suddenly disappear. In his view, the legal outcome is only one part of a much larger story. He argued that years of success, power, and influence may have allowed certain patterns to continue unchecked, raising questions about whether real change can happen simply because someone receives a prison sentence. The remarks immediately sparked debate online. Supporters claim 50 was simply saying what many others were afraid to say publicly. Critics accused him of continuing a personal vendetta that has lasted for more than a decade. But regardless of which side people supported, one thing became obvious. Every time there is a new development involving Diddy, 50 Cent somehow finds himself back at the center of the conversation.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. I'm just not with all that flicky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just
A little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
And that pattern has only become more noticeable recently. Over the past year, nearly every major headline connected to Diddy has been followed by a response, reaction, joke, or commentary from 50. Sometimes the posts are humorous, sometimes they're blunt, but they almost always generate millions of views and dominate entertainment news cycles. This latest situation was no different. What made it even more significant was the timing. While 50's comments about Diddy's future were already generating headlines, another project carrying his name was quietly becoming one of the biggest documentary successes of the year. And that's when things started getting even more interesting. But while those comments were making headlines, another project connected to 50 Cent was dominating the conversation. When Netflix released Sean Combs' The Reckoning, many people expected strong viewership. What few predicted was just how quickly the documentary would take over the streaming world. Within days of its release, the 4-part series surged to the top of Netflix's rankings and became one of the platform's most talked about projects. Millions of viewers around the globe tuned in, turning the documentary into an international discussion almost overnight. Reports indicated that the series generated enormous audience interest and even entered conversations surrounding major television awards.
These are not just like stories, they're sit-down interviews with childhood best friend, personal bodyguard for like 10 years, former employees, former artists that he worked with. It's everybody that was intimately involved with this guy, and everything that they said, I mean, he's a monster.
The documentary itself takes viewers through Diddy's journey from ambitious music executive to one of the most influential figures in hip-hop history. But that's only part of the story. The series also examines the controversies, lawsuits, allegations, and criminal proceedings that have increasingly defined public discussion surrounding the mogul in recent years. Rather than focusing exclusively on one period of his life, the project attempts to trace how decades of power and influence eventually collided with mounting legal scrutiny. One reason the documentary attracted so much attention was its inclusion of interviews and footage that many viewers had never seen before.
Like, if something happens, I'm gonna have to kill you. You will be in a dark park, and there will be no one around if this shit goes left. And I'm telling you.
Reports indicated that the project featured conversations with individuals connected to major legal cases, as well as footage filmed during critical moments leading up to Diddy's arrest. For audiences already fascinated by the ongoing developments, the documentary felt less like a retrospective and more like an unfolding story. Almost immediately, old headlines started resurfacing. Social media users began revisiting interviews, statements, lawsuits, and controversies that had largely faded from public attention. Clips that had once generated brief interest suddenly accumulated millions of new views. Online investigators started connecting events from different years, creating endless threads, theories, and debates.
Even if everything in it was a lie, it was done great. I'm not saying that everything in it was a lie, though.
Right.
Even if this is not the way it written down, it feels right.
Yeah, it validated what I was thinking.
It feels good in my soul.
Right.
The renewed interest transformed the internet into a giant archive of past stories, with users digging through years of public information, searching for details they may have overlooked the first time. Then something unexpected happened. In the middle of all this renewed attention, a completely different name began trending across social media platforms. And for many viewers, it was the last person they expected to become part of the story. And then a viral controversy involving someone from 50 Cent's own past suddenly changed the conversation. As discussions surrounding Diddy continued spreading online, attention unexpectedly shifted toward Daphne Joy. For those unfamiliar with her background, Joy is a model, entrepreneur, and the mother of 50 Cent's son. While she has frequently attracted media attention over the years because of her public relationships and social media presence, few expected her name to become tied to one of the most talked about celebrity controversies on the internet. Yet that's exactly what happened.
To sleep every night after you dumped him?
Her name began appearing across entertainment blogs, reaction channels, and social media feeds after reports surfaced regarding an alleged private video that was said to involve her. Almost immediately, speculation exploded online. Within hours, countless posts were circulating across various platforms, with users attempting to piece together details about what was being claimed. As the discussion intensified, Joy eventually addressed the situation publicly. In a statement shared online, she reflected on past decisions and described emotional experiences she claimed occurred during that period of her life. She also made serious allegations regarding the recording itself, including claims that she never consented to being filmed.
And Daphne actually released a statement. It says that, she was a fool, she was in love, she thought he loved her too. But there was one line that really stuck out to me, and she said that, I want to love and protect myself so much that I never will come across such a harmful environment again. I say this with all due respect and love.
According to her statement, she further alleged that the existence of the recording was later used against her and that she was subjected to threats involving its potential release. She claimed demands were made for money and that the material was ultimately distributed after she refused to comply. Those claims attracted enormous attention because they shifted the conversation away from celebrity gossip and toward much more serious questions involving privacy, consent, and alleged coercion. It's important to note that these claims come from public statements and reported allegations. They should not be treated as established facts unless proven through appropriate legal processes. But by that point, the internet wasn't slowing down. Instead, discussions intensified. Some users expressed sympathy for Joy and argued that nobody deserves to have private material released without permission. Others questioned the timing of the claims. Still others focused entirely on how the situation connected to the larger controversies already surrounding Diddy.
If the people involved in the video were going to have anything to say, and well, look, and this is where I'm probably going to piss a lot of you off in 3, 2, 1, because I definitely don't think that I'm the only one that thinks this. It's just a lot of people are afraid to say it out loud.
Before long, millions of people were debating the story, and just when it seemed impossible for the situation to become more chaotic, another controversy erupted that pushed the conversation into an entirely new direction. But the online reaction didn't stop there, and soon an entirely different controversy exploded. Just when the conversation surrounding Daphne Joy appeared to be reaching its peak, an entirely new wave of claims exploded across the internet and pushed the story into even more controversial territory. Over the past several months, multiple outlets and social media accounts have reported claims involving alleged leaked footage said to be connected to Diddy. The reports spread so quickly that many people struggled to separate verified information from speculation. Within hours, screenshots, reaction videos, reposted clips, and discussion threads began appearing across nearly every major platform. The alleged leaks became one of the internet's most talked about topics almost overnight. What made the situation especially chaotic was the sheer volume of information being shared. Some users claimed they had seen footage. Others claimed they knew people connected to the recordings. Meanwhile, countless accounts began posting their own theories about what the alleged material supposedly revealed.
As I mentioned, a sex tape got leaked between her, Diddy, and then another young man. And even judgment. We have to honor the way we present ourselves to the world.
As often happens during major celebrity scandals, facts and speculation quickly became intertwined. One post would cite an actual news report. The next would repeat an unverified rumor as if it were confirmed information. Then another account would build an entirely new theory based on both. Before long, millions of people were discussing details that had never been independently verified. The result was a social media environment where almost everyone seemed to have an opinion, but very few people could agree on what had actually been confirmed. Adding to the confusion was the involvement of several recognizable names. As internet users attempted to connect different reports, lawsuits, interviews, and allegations, speculation intensified regarding who may or may not have been connected to various events being discussed online. The more people talked, the more attention the story received. The more attention it received, the more new theories emerged. Entertainment commentators, podcast hosts, YouTube creators, and social media influencers all jumped into the conversation, each offering their own interpretation of what was happening. Some urged caution and reminded audiences that many claims remained unverified. Others treated online rumors as though they were established facts. That distinction became increasingly important, because while public curiosity was reaching unprecedented levels, many of the most sensational claims circulating online had not been proven. Yet that didn't stop the internet from treating every new rumor as a major revelation. In many ways, the story had taken on a life of its own. What began as discussion about legal cases and documented allegations had evolved into something much larger, a non-stop stream of speculation, fueled by viral posts and endless commentary. And while social media remained fixated on the alleged leaks, 50 Cent found a way to shift the spotlight once again. Because this time, he wasn't targeting Diddy directly. He was going after one of the biggest stars in R&B. And just when the attention seemed focused on the leaks, 50 Cent launched another headline-grabbing attack. If there is one thing 50 Cent understands better than almost anyone in entertainment, it's how to dominate a news cycle. Just as discussions about the alleged leaks were reaching a fever pitch, 50 inserted himself into another controversy, this time involving Usher. The situation began after Usher was asked about Diddy during a public interview. Rather than completely distancing himself from the music mogul, Usher attempted to take a more measured approach. He acknowledged Diddy's impact on the music industry and his role in helping create opportunities for black entrepreneurs and artists.
And how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen.
At the same time, he carefully avoided making broad statements about the legal controversies currently surrounding him. For many observers, the comments seemed diplomatic, but for 50 Cent, they appeared to provide another opportunity. Shortly afterward, 50 shared a screenshot of headlines covering Usher's remarks and added his own commentary. The post quickly spread across social media and generated immediate backlash. Within minutes, entertainment blogs were covering the story. Within hours, fans were arguing about it. And within a day, it had become one of the biggest celebrity debates of the week. Supporters of 50 claimed he was addressing uncomfortable questions that powerful figures in the entertainment industry had avoided for years. They argued that celebrity loyalty often prevents honest conversations from taking place, and that public figures should be willing to confront difficult issues directly.
50 Cent is really wild, because why would he post this and say, Usher's like, I don't want people to know what he did to I'm a grown man now, is off limits. Like, is you cool? Like, what? What?
Others strongly disagreed. Critics accused 50 of using serious allegations as material for jokes and social media engagement. They argued that mocking comments and public ridicule only distracted from legitimate discussions surrounding the actual legal matters involved. The debate quickly expanded beyond Usher himself. People began revisiting stories from the 1990s, discussing industry mentorship programs, and analyzing old interviews that had previously attracted little attention. Entire communities online became divided over whether 50 was exposing hidden truths or simply provoking controversy for entertainment value.
I would tell Usher to be active. Do not go in the house because it's uncomfortable, the things that the public is saying, right? And be visible. Like, if I would be popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
herpes. Like genital.
The reason why I would do that is because it will remind people who he is. Anything else that you do possible because of that. You go, I didn't think he would be doing that. And he's like, damn, so all of this shit must be in.
He said they had sex twice in Koreatown.
What made the situation particularly fascinating was that Usher largely avoided escalating the conflict. While fans, bloggers, and commentators continued arguing, Usher remained focused on his ongoing tour and public appearances. His silence only fueled additional speculation, with some interpreting it as professionalism and others viewing it as avoidance. Regardless of where people stood, one thing became undeniable. The conversation was no longer just about Diddy. It had expanded into a larger discussion about celebrity influence, loyalty, accountability, and how public figures choose to respond during moments of controversy. Yet, while social media remained consumed by arguments over Usher, another development was unfolding that carried potentially much greater consequences. Because unlike online feuds and Instagram posts, this next update involved actual legal review. But while social media argued over Usher, something much more serious was quietly happening behind the scenes. As headlines focused on celebrity reactions and viral controversies, reports emerged that prosecutors in Los Angeles were reviewing a separate criminal matter involving allegations connected to Diddy. The development immediately attracted attention because it suggested that legal scrutiny surrounding the music mogul might not be ending anytime soon. According to reports, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office confirmed that a matter had been presented for review. The case reportedly stems from allegations made by music publicist Jonathan Hay. News of the review quickly generated another wave of headlines. However, an important distinction must be made. At this stage, prosecutors are reportedly reviewing the matter. No charging decision has been publicly announced, and no determination has been made regarding whether additional criminal proceedings will move forward. That detail is critical because public interest often moves faster than legal processes. While social media users frequently rush to conclusions, prosecutors must evaluate evidence, review investigative findings, and determine whether legal standards have been met before making decisions. Even so, the timing of the development raised eyebrows. Diddy is already serving a federal prison sentence following his conviction on charges related to transportation to engage in prostitution. At the same time, his legal team continues pursuing appeals in an effort to challenge that conviction. Now, with another reported legal review attracting public attention, questions are once again emerging about what future legal challenges could potentially lie ahead. For supporters, the ongoing reviews and investigations are reminders that legal systems are designed to examine claims carefully before reaching conclusions. For critics, every new development reinforces concerns that additional information may still emerge. Either way, the headlines keep coming, and each new report seems to extend the life of a story that many once believed was nearing its conclusion. In reality, it may still be evolving, and that's what makes the timing of all these revelations so significant. If there's one lesson from the past few years, it's that stories involving powerful celebrities rarely end as quickly as the public expects. Despite serving his sentence, Diddy remains one of the most discussed figures in entertainment. New developments continue appearing at a pace that keeps the story constantly in the public eye. One week it's a documentary, the next week it's a legal update, then it's a viral social media post, then another interview, then another allegation, then another public reaction. The cycle seems endless. Part of the reason is that several different storylines are unfolding simultaneously. Legal proceedings continue, appeals remain active, media projects are still being released, former associates continue speaking publicly, journalists continue investigating, social media users continue analyzing every new detail. As a result, there is rarely a moment when public attention completely moves elsewhere. 50 Cent has played a major role in keeping that attention alive. Whether through interviews, social media commentary, documentary projects, or public statements, he consistently finds ways to bring the conversation back into the spotlight. Supporters view him as someone refusing to let important issues be forgotten. Critics see him as someone benefiting from controversy. Either way, his influence on the public narrative is impossible to ignore. What's perhaps most remarkable is that each new revelation seems to generate even more unanswered questions. Every legal filing leads to new speculation. Every interview creates new debates. Every documentary raises new discussions, and every social media post sparks another round of analysis. The result is a story that feels unfinished. Many observers believe future court rulings, investigations, appeals, and public statements could significantly reshape how these events are ultimately viewed. Because while some chapters may be closing, others appear to be just beginning. And that may explain why the public remains so fascinated. But one final detail may explain why the story refuses to disappear. At the center of everything is a simple reality. This story continues evolving in ways few people could have predicted. What began as legal proceedings against one of music's most influential figures has expanded into a much larger conversation involving documentaries, celebrity reactions, social media controversies, and ongoing legal scrutiny. We've seen 50 Cent publicly predict that Diddy could potentially leave prison sooner than expected, while arguing that the broader issues surrounding him won't simply disappear. We've seen Sean Combs' The Reckoning become a major streaming success, bringing renewed attention to years of headlines and allegations. We've seen Daphne Joy's name become part of a viral controversy that sparked widespread discussion online. We've watched a public feud involving Usher ignite fierce debate across social media. And we've seen reports emerge that prosecutors are reviewing an additional matter while appeals continue moving through the legal system. Through it all, public opinion continues shifting. Some people believe new information is finally bringing long-hidden issues into the open. Others believe social media speculation has created a narrative that often moves ahead of verified facts. What's certain is that the conversation isn't slowing down. Every new headline seems to generate another question. Every new revelation creates another debate, and every new development ensures that this story remains at the center of public attention. So what do you think? Is 50 Cent exposing issues that others in the entertainment industry has been unwilling to discuss, or is he keeping these controversies alive for reasons of his own? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you are subscribed because the next breakdown is already on its way.